Hey guys, um, I'm a guy that studied computer science. I like to question and check how things work and problem solve and things like that. And for a long time I was checking everything in the Bible, like digging really deep, trying to see if it matches up historically. And I had all these questions about God, and I was seeking answers, and I got a lot of them, a lot of answers which I can use to help others, which is great. But there comes a point where things start to go beyond what we can understand. And that's not an excuse to say there's no answers. There are answers. But like for example, my daughter, she asks me the question, different questions, and I try my best to answer according to what she can understand. Things may be a lot more complicated, but if I start to go into the physics and the chemistry and the math, and she's not going to understand. If I try to understand Einstein's theories, relativity and everything, I can only understand up to a certain extent. I can't understand all of that. I might not be that smart. And then you can go beyond that. Our brains are capable of certain things, and that's amazing and that's wonderful. But things can get more complicated than what we're able to understand. Like for example, like I just gave with my daughter. I need to explain things to her simply so that she can understand. But things may be a lot more complicated, and there may be some questions that she asks that I can't yet answer, because if I try to answer them, she's not going to be able to understand them, because she's, one's only 6 years old, almost 7, and the other one's 3.5. God is so amazing. He's infinitely great. He knows every speck of dust, every stone, every hair on my head. I don't have a lot of them, but I do have a few. He knows how the entire universe works, from the tiny molecular level to how supernovas and then everything and everything. He knows every single one of our thoughts. There's like how many billions of people on this planet, and he knows every single thought, every single hair on every head, every single everything. He knows the future, he knows the past. So there's definitely things that he knows that we can't grasp, and even if we could grasp, who are we, at some point to question God, the creator of everything? At the end of the day, there comes a point where you need to trust and believe and say, God, I know that you are good, I know that you are loving, and I know that you're just. So I may not understand things right now. I may not understand what's going on. Things are confusing for me, but I trust you. I trust that you have a plan. I trust that you know what's going on. The disciples, when after Jesus was crucified, they didn't understand what was going on. The Messiah, the person that they had been following for 3 years, had just been killed, crucified. It must have been ground shaking for them. It must have been like, what is going on? Was all this for nothing? Was it a lie? How is it possible that the Son of God, the Messiah, is hanging on the cross? But God had a plan, and that plan was beautiful. It was a salvation for all of us, the world, ultimate sacrifice. And Jesus rose 3 days later, and then they understood. But at the time when it was all going on, they didn't understand. We need to trust God that He knows what He's doing,